Hey everybody, welcome to Pro Legal School. Everybody fools, we doing. I'm Coach Neighbors, and in this video, I'm going to share with you what we have learned in Lawrence, Kansas, going through the the divorce court situation. No, not me. My foster kid. No, I've been married too long to be worried about a divorce. So anyway, yeah, you guys know that my foster kid is going through this fake divorce situation because he placed his marriage dissolution. His name is Ronnie, so I'm just going to call him Ronnie. He placed his marriage dissolution on the public record 3.5 months prior to the attorney Joshua Matthews and, well, his ex, Kristen Hayes. So let's stay focused. So today I'm here to give you guys an update on the situation, and basically I'm going to let you guys know what I've learned about the divorce court process in Catherine Theisen. I didn't know how to say her last name. Theisen, in Catherine Theisen courtroom. Yeah, it's pretty shady. Looks like a RICO operation to me. I don't know. I'm going to just, let's do a screen share, and then I'm going to let you guys check it out and see what you think. And we're just going to throw it out there, and you guys make your own call, because I could be a liar. Okay, we need to do a screen share. Okay, so I just did a real quick Google search here of Miss Catherine, and this pulls up a little information about her. Here she was sworn in. She looks serious. And here's a video here that I listened to. It's really boring, so you guys can go ahead and listen to that if you want to. She talks a lot. She references I a lot in a video, and that's his phone number. And so domestic chapter 60, civil chapter 61, limited civil. That also means limited jurisdiction. And let me tell you something. Chapter 60 are revised codes and statutes. Revised codes and statutes are not valid laws because they don't have the 3 elements necessary to be considered a valid law by the Constitution and federal law. Those 3 elements are an enacting clause, a title, and a body. Revised codes and statutes do not have any of those. And I'm pretty sure I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that Judge Catherine doesn't provide a fact of findings and a conclusions of law for any of her rulings. I haven't checked them all, but when I show you the fraud they're trying to pull on my foster kid, then you understand more about what, So let's just take a look. So this thing started, my foster kid placed his marriage dissolution on the public record 3.5 months prior to them. They've been harassing him for about, 4 weeks now or something. I'm not exactly sure. But I know it's been about that time. So when they first started harassing him, we filed a counterclaim, and that's generally what I do. And so first we filed a counterclaim, and in the counterclaim we pretty much had the same information that we had here in demand to strike. And we had a few extra things in the counterclaim. And we were counterclaiming for some money, but and so they just ignored it. We filed a demand to strike the hearing, and they ignored it. We filed a lawsuit, and they ignored it. And so Rodney made sure that he did not agree to contract with them. And Judge Catherine is operating an administrative court where she needs to have your consent to proceed. Now, most of the time that consent is given by your sorry-ass attorney that you hired, or it's taken, like in the case of, in Rodney's case, they just took it. And in his case, how they took it was Well, the way the process starts out nowadays is they email you the night before that you have a Zoom hearing on a divorce situation in the morning at 10 a.m. You don't even have, Ronnie hasn't even been served. He has not been served. And just to cut to the chase, we filed another lawsuit because the first one, it wasn't really, we had to make a few changes, and we'll talk about those changes. And so he filed that lawsuit yesterday. And when he filed the lawsuit, he got everything file stamped. And I want to thank the judge's assistant, Mr. Taylor Hunt, for tipping us off about the deficiencies that was in the prior lawsuit that we filed. And in my opinion, they weren't really deficiencies, but they were doors to open up arguing. So we made those adjustments, and thank you, Taylor Hunt, for pointing those out to us, and also pointing out to us the fact that even though this case has been going on for several weeks, you can see right there that is the first document that was filed in the case. Now, I don't know how they could have a case number and not have a document filed in the case. That's the first document that's filed in the case for my son's divorce situation that day. Now, in the first hearing, they canceled, but they didn't cancel the second. And so we filed this, and the judge is not registered as a foreign agent in violation of federal law. The Foreign Agent Registration Act is a serious situation. It was enacted, and it requires that these agents be registered and do all this stuff, and they're not doing that stuff. And so we want to address these things, because if they expect us to come to the table and kiss their butt, then they need to be doing something over here too. Oh wait, they've ignored everything that we filed, and they just keep moving forward. Yep, they had a hearing, and they told Ronnie that he could have his trial in an hour. In an hour. How the hell is he gonna have trial in an hour? And he ain't even been served. And so that's what they tried to do. Now here's the problem. The reason that they didn't serve him, and that Judge Catherine and attorney Joshua Matthews is doing all this shady stuff and violating my kid's due process and civil rights and federal law, is because the marriage has been dissolved already. The marriage was dissolved 3.5 months ago. So they can't serve him, because then I would just take that shit and shove it back in their face. So they told him that I can't help it. He's got to do it himself. Of course, he said, I am doing it myself. I'm signing everything. Oh, yeah. I love it. And so I told him that, this is bullshit what they're doing. And at some point, it's going to come right down to your bottom line. And he looked at me. He could be my kid if he wasn't my father's kid. He looked at me and said, dude, I've been in jail before. I ain't scared of going to jail. And you know what? That's the biggest key to most people having to struggle Yep. So with the information that was provided to us, we figured out that that's the only thing filed in the case. The journal entry of the last hearing. There's no petition. Yep, there's no petition. So how can a judge have credibility when they're doing this to people? How many people got drugged into the judge's court with a Zoom email meeting in the morning that didn't even have time to figure anything out? Oh yeah, and I listened to the Zoom hearings, and the attorney was over there arguing with Rodney, and the judge was telling the attorney, look, you can't be doing that. You need to whatever. Now they're all totally out of control, because there's not even a case filed in the court. They're going off of this shit right here, and they got So we just filed our demand to recuse the judge, because clearly the judge has passed the point of the impartiality situation when she's forcing this person in her court that hasn't been served. And so we made some changes to the lawsuit and the new lawsuit. What we did was we shaved some people off. We shaved some people off. We took the attorney off. We took the cheating liar woman that paid to start all this. We took her off. We took out the Bar Association. We just shaved some people off right now. We can sue those people later. We don't have to sue everybody at the same time. We can sue those people later. So we just want to focus on two people that are allowing this fraud to continue. And those two people are Mr. Taylor Hunt, the judge's assistant. He's the one that's responsible for making sure that all of the things that are lined up for the judge to do are done correctly within their administrative procedures and statutes that they're supposed to follow. The statutes and codes they're the ones that are supposed to follow that shit, not us, because I'm not a U.S. citizen. I'm not a government employee. I'm a citizen of the Republic State of Arizona, where I was born. They're the ones that are supposed to follow that stuff. And when they don't, they violate our due process because it's not fair. So if they're able to come out and drag you in a court that you think is judicial and you have some rights, and they just step on you and they don't even serve you, so you're not even sure what the hell they're asking for. This is how this Catherine Theisen, I don't know how to say her last name. I'm not messing with her name. I'm just not sure how to pronounce it. Okay, I just call her Catherine. Yeah, Judge Catherine, this is how she runs her courtroom. My question is, how many other people got dragged in this way that weren't even served and got forced through several hearings, conference status hearings, to argue with the judge and the attorney when you didn't even have counsel getting your back? I wonder how many. I wonder. Okay, so what we're going to do, we also added the judge's property, because the judge has no immunity in an administrative hearing. Judges have qualified immunity for doing judicial functions. Look that shit up. Look it up. Qualified means that you obviously have to qualify for that shit, and you qualify for it when you follow the Constitution, your oath of office, the canons, and all of this stuff that you're supposed to follow to make it fair with you sitting up there judging everybody, giving everybody shit away to their attorneys. So that's not fair. So my question is, what's the deal you and attorney worked out? Because you're dragging Rodney Coble in your court, and he ain't even been served, and your ass know it. You all know it. You all see my emails and my stuff, and so what kind of deal did you make with the attorney to do this? Is the deal you made with attorney Joshua Matthews, does it have anything to do with the reduction of the 4 criminal convictions that he has, or it shows that he has? You know, the ones where he was paying $20,000 and one, I don't know, maybe $40,000. I don't know. And it kept coming down. So what is that? You guys make some kind of a deal for him to fill up the court with his fraudulent stuff that when there's no marriage. There's no marriage to divorce. Oh, wait, it's dissolved. You dissolve the marriage. Most states have a marriage dissolution. Yep. And Joshua Matthews, he has marriage dissolution on his website too. It's way the hell down there near the bottom. It's not up here with the divorce stuff. I wonder why. Did Joshua Matthews tell you that you could have done a marriage dissolution yourself without him getting in your way or paying him shit? Did he tell you that? I don't think he did. I don't think he did. Oh, yeah. So, they're sitting over here with Judge Catherine trying to make it like what what Rodney Dunn placed in the document that he got from my website on the public record. That's not enough because it's not signed by the judge. Oh, that's the biggest bunch of shit I've ever heard. Look, what happens when you get married after they charge you for the license that you didn't need, because you don't need a license to get married. That shit was like back in the day when interracial couples was against the law to get married. Look it up. So they charge you for a license you didn't need, And so who's the guarantor of the marriage license that they charge you for? And what comes out of the marriage? Who owns that? The guarantor of the marriage or the people? It's getting a little complicated, ain't it? Well, yeah, the kids come out of that, and then they use that to. I think you guys get where I'm going with this. So we filed a counterclaim, and that so then we filed a lawsuit for $5.5 million, and it had a couple of small defects in it that they wanted to brag about. So we filed another lawsuit. And so we took off, and then we also added the property at 1211 Massachusetts, which happens, it appears from the internet, that the judge owns it. And so we're suing the judge, and so we're going to add that property to the lawsuit. Well, we did already. And we're going to file the less penniless lien against the property after we get a certified copy of. I think that's the only thing we didn't get done. We didn't get a certified copy of the lawsuit that we filed. I'll check and see. And then we're going to file the less penniless lien. Now, I may have to sue the county recorder's office because they're on some bullshit over there trying to charge everybody $17 a page to file security against your property. When that was done at the beginning of the time the property was put in there. I done the research and looked up all of the changes in the whatever. And you know what? At the end and at the beginning, it's told, yep, so that payment only has to be made first time. It's not required that people pay all that money every time they want to secure the property. Total bullshit. So we'll get over that. We'll figure out how we're going to work that out, because I don't know. I think now with what we're doing already, they can see that we don't know shit. The people, the business. I have a lot of research to do. Because internet is showing that property, the LLC to that property, we're suing the LLC. And people say you can't sue the LLC, whatever bullshit. You do whatever you want. And we're suing them, and we're also suing them for the corporate charter. So we'll be the number one shareholder with a seat on the board of directors. Okay, so we went ahead and shared with some of the residents in that building at 1211 Massachusetts the lawsuit document that is filed already, and the party should be getting served whenever the sheriff get around to it. So everything's done over there, and so we wanted to let them know that there's a claim against the building, and so I think. Rodney got an email last night from Joshua Matthews, the divorce attorney, asking for him to fill out a questionnaire for the domestic, divorce stuff. I don't know what the hell is the problem, because we've already filed a lawsuit, a counterclaim, whatever, and then we just filed another lawsuit. We slimmed off some people, and we added the judge's stuff because the judge doesn't have any immunity. She does not have any immunity in administrative shit when she's violating people's rights. I don't understand why they don't go sit their happy asses down, because I'm not scared of going to jail, neither is he. Oh, well, I don't really see how that's going to work out for him anyway, because we're not doing anything illegal. They are, and we're suing them for it. And that's what we're supposed to do when they do that. Not file an appeal. Who got time for that shit? No. We don't even want to be in court. And so that's how this works. We ain't even trying to be in court. So we recused her ass, and we got the lawsuit filed yesterday, and we're claiming the $5.5 million and her property, her one property there. Now, the property says there are residents in it. Interesting, because, I don't know. I'm just getting around to doing this research on the property, but it does say residents. So I thought it was an apartment complex or something. And I went over there and looked at it, and it appears to be like law offices. And it didn't appear to me to be 39 people in there. I didn't go in and check. I did deliver my stuff in the little mailbox thingy in the door, and whatever. But I don't know. It did not appear to me to be 39 people, residents in that building, and I didn't understand. When you do what I do, the words make the bigger difference than the whole thing. So the word residence on the document that I was looking at pertaining to the property kind of caught my eye when I got there and found out it wasn't an apartment complex. It was an office where they're renting retail space. So I'm not sure why it's referred to as residence, or if there's any difference between the taxes from a residence and a retail place for someone who's a government employee, a U.S. citizen. Oh, yeah. So, those are some questions right there that come up, because if it's a retail businesses that are in there and not residents, I'm thinking that, I don't know, something. I don't know. I just, I got a little caught up on that. So they all need to be informed anyway about the situation, especially when I put the lien on the building. So I don't know. We'll see how that part goes. But that's what we're doing. We're going to put a less punish lien against the building, and I suggest that you guys do that too. They're just going on like this is just going to go away, and we're not agreeing to do shit. So Joshua Matthews and Judge Catherine, y'all can stop asking Ronnie to do a bunch of shit and stop sending him stuff. If you guys want to send somebody something, y'all send the shit to me. I'll give you back what you need. We're not agreeing to nothing. We're not agreeing to do shit. And we pretty much have our record of evidence built in state court, showing that y'all asses couldn't respond to anything. So when we file the lawsuit in federal court, we'll be using all of the state court crap to force the federal judge to make y'all ass come to the conference settlement table. Because here's the thing: if y'all ass couldn't respond to shit over here, and you didn't, and you can't, and you ain't, then you got no standing to say shit when we file the new lawsuit in federal court. We're not moving anything. We just file new shit. Y'all gonna be paying us plenty of money, so we're not worried about the money. Okay, so that's where we're at now. The new lawsuit was filed yesterday. We added Mr. Hunt to it because his job as an administrative assistant for the judge is to make sure that all the administrative part of everything is lined up so there's no liability. But what he did was told the police that I was coming down there to start trouble, so they had a bunch of guards at the front waiting for me, a bunch of sheriff's deputies, and you know what? I've been in this town for 40-something years, and not one time have I ever been disrespected by the sheriff's department. So even if I was going to start trouble, I wouldn't start that with them. No, and then when I got inside, he had the other lady that was generally there taking stuff over in the corner, and she looked really scared. I was like, what the hell? Yeah, and then he let me know who he was, and he talked way too much. And so we added him to the lawsuit, and we took off some other people. We can see those people later. We just want to stick with the two parties that's running this show right now, and it's the judge's assistant who ignored the fact that there's no proof of service. There's not even a petition filed in the case to start this shit, and he's over here acting like he's in charge. So he is. Thank you, Mr. Taylor, for your help. And so we had to add you, as you see, to the lawsuit. And so that's all I got to say. You guys got your next hearing lined up. We're not going to be at it. And so I'm thinking you guys are going to need to come up with the chief judge. If you have anything else to say to us, it needs to come from the chief judge's assistant. Oh, thank you for the value of sharing your time. I'll see you in the next video. Bam! Oh, one other thing. Got a phone call today from a young lady who was confused if I was Coates' neighbors. Well, not confused, but okay. So what happened during our conversation, it came out that there's somebody else that's been acting like they work for me. And I think that person's name is Joseph. I don't remember his last name right now, but I'm about to look it up. And I had this situation before. He was in the program, and he's actually an attorney, and he couldn't do anything except what he wanted to do, so it didn't work out. We didn't work out very well. And so, so I think he has a website that has a similar name as mine, and he tries to play people off like he works for me. And he told this lady today that, oh, no, you don't need to worry about talking to Coach neighbors. You can talk to me or him. No, the only person that I got working for me, or not really working for me, because we're like partners, because she works for herself, and that's Humira, and she's in Pakistan, and she speaks Una. So I don't think that y'all are smart enough to be talking to her. So, the attorneys I'm talking about, they ass ain't be smart enough to be. Yeah, so no, I didn't know what these dudes are up to, but it's bullshit. And, just do your work, do your homework. You watch my videos. If, I don't have nobody working for me, I'm it. And she runs the computer stuff and made my website look absolutely beautiful on my thumbnail. Yeah, that's her. Yeah, so no, I'm the only one that you're going to talk to when it comes to, the coaching, the legal stuff or my stuff. There ain't nobody else. So, just me. And the reason it is that way is because I know how the federal government rolls. They'll roll up on the people that's scared, and they'll force them to lie. Yeah, and I went through all that, but they didn't force me to lie. I didn't take no deal. And when you say I ain't been convicted, you need to throw in there that you didn't take the deal. I ain't never been convicted, and nor have I took the deal. So, well, the deal was they wanted me to lie on my wife so they could keep her longer than the 6 years or 8 years that they... Oh, and y'all wonder why I'm on some bullshit and I'm serious about this? No. You gotta be kidding me. No, my family been through enough with your RICO, administrative RICO court. Yeah, that's what my son told them. Oh, apparently he's been listening very well. So we're just going to see what they want to do now. I'm working on the less penniless lien that we're going to file against against some stuff. Who knows, man? We'll file against the courthouse too. What the hell? I got to go down and get some information about who owns that property over there and that the LLC is under. Because, I don't go by the LL corporate crap. And this is one of the reasons why our program is kicking butt, because we don't pay no attention to none of that shit. The LLC, the corporation, no. Whoever signed that shit is the one that corporation don't have arms or legs. Okay, I'm just saying. Anyway, guys, thank you for the value sharing your time. I'll see you in the next video. Bam. And make sure you're working with us. It ain't too hard to see the difference between my shit and somebody else.